Hello, players. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be starting the show in a little bit here, but until then, we're just going to check some audio, say hello to some people who are here. I see Jeff, you're joining us over on YouTube. We are streaming currently on both YouTube and on our Facebook page. I am here today with the wonderful, the lovely Henry. Hello, Henry.
Hey, buddy. How we doing today?
I'm doing really well. I have my green beer, but if any of the bosses are watching, it's just lime juice today. Just some carbonated soda. And let me just quickly check the audio. If anyone is having trouble hearing me or Henry, please let us know, and I will jump on that right away. But I do believe it is all up to speed. It's all looking good here. So, pull this up. Great. Okay. It looks good. I'm hearing it on my check. I'm hearing a couple people say, "Hey, the audio is fine." So Henry, how you doing, man? If you're gonna have to scooch a little bit with how we have the cameras set up, you gotta scooch a bit.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah,
No, that's okay. It's a new camera
Better?
setup. Yeah. As many of you who have been tuning in over literally over the last year and a bit, we've only recently have started putting Henry on camera as well. I didn't want him to outshine me, but I feel the time has come.
I could never.
Well, I feel like you will start to overshadow, especially on today, because as many viewers may know, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, which is also your birthday. So just an early, quick,
It's true.
happy birthday to you.
Thank you, buddy. It's hard to believe that I'm 62 years old. I'm still feeling young and good. And I like that we're both wearing green today. I actually have a greener shirt. I couldn't find it. It was hiding from me. I guess I'm too old for it now. So I am confident we're going to get some comments that you and I are sort of looking alike and dressing alike once again.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I try my best to emulate you, really want to be as good as you are at
Thanks, man.
kind of delivering the news of the day to the people. But yeah, part of that is copying your wardrobe. So, every once in a while I just try and see what is Henry wearing, and I try and shop the same places.
I would not. So I'm honored that you would want to emulate me, but nobody should emulate my fashion sense or lack thereof, unless I am wearing some dry fit shirt to go on a bike ride. I don't know what I'm doing. So, or dressing up for St. Patrick's Day or Halloween. Yeah, I would not confidently say that anyone should follow my fashion statements, no doubt. So we got some questions rolling in, Sean. Can we talk to the players real quick, or should we roll? We got 2 minutes, right?
So we'll start answering questions. As many of you have noticed, as we've been doing these more and more, we're getting a lot better at answering questions as they're coming to us. It's a little bit like there's a lot going on when we're looking at the script and we're trying to check the health of the stream and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, so it looks like some questions rolling in. Let's see the first one. Yeah, someone from Montreal. Nice of you to join us. We're over in Victoria.
That's not so much a question as a location, which is a great location. I love Montreal.
Yeah.
So Gary.
Yeah, you go ahead, Henry. Read out the question,
Gary,
and we'll answer.
That's a good question. We actually, so with the faction or syndicate quests or the Armada quests or the guild quests, we actually did have it like that originally, where players were all getting the same amount of FP. We got a lot of complaints in that a lot of players would put more towards the challenges but still get the same FP payout. So we like to have it the way it is and let syndicates, guilds, armadas, factions work out amongst themselves when, how much they want to contribute to each quest. Keep in mind, easy quests might get done quickly, but there's not much rewards there anyway. So you'll have a hard time kind of doing that. Sort of division. But in terms of medium and hard, they'll take some cooperative effort, and everyone that has a chance to get FP rewards will. I'm confident.
Yeah, and to kind of add to that. So the question was kind of based around for guilds that have members all across the globe, right? So you got people in different time zones. Sometimes you'll log on and you'll see, oh, all the easy quests are done, and so I haven't contributed to them at all, and now I've got, I can help with the other ones, but I feel like I didn't help. And on that flip side, there could be some guild leaders who are like, hey, you're not helping on these, but it's like, well, I'm sleeping because I'm in a different time zone. But kind of break that down a bit more, the favor point rewards come only in the medium and hard quest. They actually don't come in the easy quest because they are completed relatively quite easily. So if you are in a different time zone, you are not missing out on that portion of it. And when your guild, when your armada or syndicate or faction completes a quest, everyone is getting those loot cases, right? It's only the only kind of individualized reward is the one where, depending on how much effort you've put in, how much you've put into that hard or medium quest, you gain a proportionally higher FP payout.
If we feel that we have to make a change, we'll change it back. I don't think we currently have any plans to do so, but we definitely like to let players and syndicates and all that kind of work it out amongst themselves in terms of cooperation, communication, teamwork, all that good stuff.
Yeah, if we're pretty big on if there's feedback around that you're like, hey, we don't like this for XYZ reason. If there's a way that you think would help guilds kind of coordinate better or factions coordinate better, we'd love to hear that, because that's kind of the core of those. The design around that is we want everyone in a syndicate to kind of work together to be like, hey, look, like, my character is not very. I didn't put a lot of points into attack. I have a lot more energy. So all those job quests, I'll do the lion's share of those. But then someone else is going to do the lion's share of the fighting, right? Yeah, that's kind of part of the design. Sorry, go ahead, Henry.
Before we get started, sorry, I sent you a message. I just want to make sure I have all the trivia questions ready for later on, because we will have trivia. And it's weird. Usually our players want new locations in LCN, and a bunch of people in chat just said no more locations. We don't want any. So I guess that's that. No, I'm teasing. We are working on a new LCN location. That should be out soon-ish. Keep an eye out. But I know you all are very keen for new locations. Thank you. I just wanted to pass that along from our content team.
Yeah. Speaking of new locations, well, it's kind of coming up later. I believe Pirate Clan just received a new location. So if you're coming from one of the other games, by the way, we've been starting to do live streams trying to hit all 4 games and trying to do a little bit of updates on everything. So yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Viking Clan and Pirate Clan and Zombie Slayer coming up here in the show. It does look like we are past our the 3 o'clock. So this is a little bit later for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that little intro button, and then we're going to start the show. We're going to go through our script and make sure we hit all of the notes that we wanted to hit. And then, yeah. So let me just quickly make sure I hit this button, and we will see you all in 2 seconds. Well, it's actually like an 8-second clip. So here it goes. Hello, welcome players. If you are tuning in now, my name is Sean and this is Henry, and thank you for coming to our late night live stream. This is one of the ones that we've done later. This may be one of our new times. We're kind of just seeing, we're trying a few different times to try and get more people in. We know that the previous time, while it worked for some of our players, we think the vast majority it maybe didn't work for. So we're trying to kind of a few different times to try and help catch more people to do these live streams live for you guys. I'm here today with Henry. The lovely Henry. We're both wearing green, although Henry's shirt is looking a little more brown than green. It's not a very vibrant green.
I know. I couldn't find. This was the greenest shirt I have, and it's a badge of shame because my birthday is tomorrow, is St. Patrick's Day, so I should have a boatload of green accoutrements ready, but I just don't. So we'll have to do with this for now.
That is okay. We will do. So everyone, if you have any kind of audio issues, please let us know. I'll try and deal with them live. I just did see someone say my volume was a little low. So I've turned that up. That should have fixed it by now. So yeah, Henry, let's get into the show. So we have a few things we want to chat about with everybody. Before we get into it, we always like to do a reminder. We do trivia at the end of the show, every show. We'll be giving away 50 FP for every trivia question. If you get one right, you will win the 50 FP. It's the first one to get it right. When we see the first one to get it right, that's who's going to win it. The only other thing to know, the trivia today is going to be around a certain holiday that has green in it, and it also happens to be the same day of Henry's birthday. Wild guess which holiday I'm talking about. Doesn't, green beer and all.
Thanksgiving.
It's lime juice.
Right.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
That looks like some very tasty lime juice, Sean. Make sure you don't drink too much. We're on the clock.
Yeah, no, I know. I'll pace myself. It's 5 o'clock somewhere though, so For many of our players, it is actually. So
it's for 6 or 7 o'clock for many of our players. Thank you all for joining us. We've adjusted the time to make sure that more people could watch the live stream maybe at home after work. But we're all thrilled that you've joined us. Thank you very much.
If you have questions throughout this, if you have you want us to try and answer stuff on the stream, please put your questions down. We will be trying to answer as many questions as we can. As we're going through the script that we're kind of hitting our notes, I'm actually going to be grabbing some questions, putting them off to the side. I'll try and get to them as well. Yeah, so really quick, I'm also just wanted to mention, if you are tuning in and this is not live for you, you're watching this on any other day than Tuesday, March 16th, you can still enter to win some FP. How you do that is very simple. All you have to do is like, comment, and share this video. At the end of the week, I will be picking one comment, someone who's done all 3 of those, and you'll be eligible to win 200 favor points that way. So with that all out of the way, let's get into the topic of the day.
Let's do it.
First thing I wanted to talk about is we want to talk a little bit about the Battle Pass and the update around the Battle Pass. So as many of you have seen, on LCN, we've rolled out a new feature called the Battle Pass. It is the first time we've ever done it. We are looking into making, they are monthly, so we're going to be doing a new one next month. But we did see a few things of points of confusion coming up, and so we feel that was something maybe we weren't very clear on. Maybe it was our visual design, or maybe just our actual info box wasn't as clear. So I wanted to clear up a few little things. I did want to say that it looks like a lot of players have been pushing to complete it, and that is awesome. Some players have already completed it, which is great. Once you've completed it, even at the end of the month, even if you didn't get fully completed it, we want to hear your feedback. Was it long enough? Was it too long? Was it too short? The rewards, did it feel worth it? That's what we want to know. With that feedback is how we can keep improving each one as we go forward. So please do not hesitate to send that in to us. Something that we have been seeing is certain quests, certain of the quests you can do in the Battle Pass that give you experience are repeatable. So we've seen some players not quite realize that. So they'll complete a task, and then they'll get there's a little star that shows up. And actually, I should pull this up on my device. Here, give me a second. There's a little star that shows up, and that shows how many times you've actually completed the quest. And so some players actually weren't noticing that, and so they were like, "Hey, I completed it, but I didn't get anything. It still says 0 out of 1." And that's just the little star there is indicating how many times you've done it. And let me go and pull this up just so we can all see this. Is that right? Yeah, sure. That looks good. That looks good on my end. Let's go like that. There you go. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's cut off a bit there. Let's fix that. Oh no, I don't know how to fix that. Oh, I've put it.
That's okay.
There's a little star right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right on the corner. I cut it off on this screen because how I captured it. I have to close the caption and fix it.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little star there. It tells you how many times you've completed it. As you can see on the first one, I've done it currently 12 out of 30 times. Once I hit 30, I'll get another star. That's kind of what I was going to show. While I jump on to the next one, I'm going to fix this so I can show this illustration just a little bit better. So we're going to jump back over to the next thing on the list, which was challenges. Some players were saying like, oh, hey, I was getting a different challenge than my friend, or they were like, hey, I got a challenge that I actually can't complete. Say it was the Syndicate Quest challenge or the Raid challenge near the beginning. They are random. When players get challenges, they are going to be random. There is the same pool that everyone's getting, and so every day you'll get a new one. Eventually you will have all of the quests, same as everybody else, but that is just kind of the nature of it. Some people, we hear the feedback that some people didn't like that. They'd rather just be like a very set, next day you get this one, next day you get this one, and that's all kind of stuff we're taking in for the next couple battle passes. And I think that's it for the battle passes, unless there is some questions.
We've got some feedback regarding Battle Pass, which is really, really helpful. Moen's working behind the curtain to make sure that he notes some of that. If you do have any feedback or questions about Battle Pass, feel free to post the comments. We may not be able to get to every comment just because we have quite a lot of content to get through. I think we'll probably save answers for the end of the live stream, Sean, just because we've got a lot to discuss. but we are seeing some good feedback. We've had many players engage in the regular pass, but of course many in the premium pass, and we've gotten some really strong positive feedback overall. So we're really thrilled. The development team and the product team worked really hard to bring that to players. We hope that they're enjoying it, and we do have future iterations coming out. But of course, as Sean has mentioned many times, little tweaks and tinkering with features is a direct result of how the players perceive or how they really use the feature. Maybe they engage with it in a way we hadn't considered previously, or maybe they're they're confused about it. Maybe we're not clear enough about the rules. So all of that means that you should let us know either in a ticket or in a comment, and we will hopefully make it better next time.
Yes, it is best in a ticket. We do look at all the comments, we do take all the feedback, but the tickets are definitely something that we compile and we look at as kind of a group. I did fix my little the streaming with the phone there. So as some players can see, there is the 3 wonderful stars. I've completed that task 3 times. And that's how you know you've completed one of the repeatables. You just keep getting a new star each time you've done it. Okay. That was the Battle Pass update. Hopefully that cleared up some. We're going to hopefully make some improvements based on the feedback going forward. So, keep your eyes out for the next one, the new improvements. Next thing we're going to talk about, Henry, let's jump over to the St. Patrick's Day sale. So this was the holiday I was teasing. Some of you may not have picked up on that hint. It's pretty subtle with all the green and the Henry's birthday. Yeah, we're having a St. Patrick's Day sale. This is starting on St. Patrick's Day. We're starting it at 9 a.m. It is one where you can get limited time items. You can buy them in the bundles and get some FP, or if you choose to just get FP or even gift FP, when you buy FP, you'll get exclusive items from that, or if you gift it, the recipient will get those exclusive items. This sale will be running from the 17th until the 20th, and that is it. No more. It is gone.
It is a limited time sale, just as the afterglow of St. Patrick's Day for some will only hopefully last a few days afterward. But it being, of course, on a Wednesday may curb some people's enjoyment. We'll see. But thrilled about the sale. St. Patrick's Day is always one of our biggest and best. I know it sort of signifies spring coming, which is fantastic. I think we're all ready for some nicer weather, so we can get outside and enjoy the sunshine. Even a ginger like myself can appreciate some great weather right about now. This was a pretty tough winter, I think, for everybody. But this, this puts a smile on my face for sure.
It'll definitely be a bit of a weird one, but a weird St. Patrick's Day. But as you were saying, the weather's getting nicer. People can, hopefully start going outside, do the social distancing, and have themselves some green drink.
Definitely.
Okay, next on the list with the St. Patrick's Day sale. You know what else is coming with the St. Patrick's Day sale? Is the St. Patrick's Day raid. So we're actually going to be doing a double feature on LCN. So we're going to be doing a raid that starts up on the 19th. So it's actually going to be starting on the Friday. So it's going to be going for the weekend. It is a brand new raid. It's some new art, and I believe, I can show this off too. Oh, here, let me jump over. I think I can show this. Can I show this? I can show this. I'm showing it. I can show this, right? I didn't clear it. I didn't clear this, but we're going off the record. We're going rebel. Here it is. So we have a new raid coming out. It is pretty good. When I first saw it, I thought it was a little bit of a Henry, really channeling his the old Henry Henry in this one.
My feisty bar fighting days are long past me.
Your bar fighting days. This raid is called the Dublin Shakedown, and I do have a funny story. I was once upon a time I was in a bar when those classic bar fights broke out. Bottle thrown, people pushed, the whole crowd, everybody started throwing, and it was in a pub, and it was an Irish themed pub. So this is a fairly accurate rendition.
You said, I can use this as inspiration for a raid boss one day.
We all got out of there quick, but it was a rowdy time back in college. Yeah, so we'll be having that, and on top of that, so I even missed one. So on top of the sale, we're having this raid. We're bringing back the Piggy Bank. So the Piggy Bank is a feature that we feel players really like. It is very rewarding. It gives back a lot to players. with the piggy bank back. The piggy bank is back.
We're bringing the piggy. There's a tongue twister.
It's tough to say.
The piggy bank back.
Once the piggy bank is back, when you spend FP, it'll start filling up into the piggy bank, and you can keep breaking open the piggy bank to get that FP back. A portion of it is that you spend is thrown into the piggy bank, and you can keep unlocking higher and higher tiers of the piggy bank. The piggy bank will also be coming in with a little bit of a fashion accessory. Some of you who have seen the piggy bank before, you'll see how fancy he looks these days. And yeah, so
he looks very dapper. He's definitely got himself some accessories that make him look better than ever. I believe this is our third or fourth iteration of the piggy bank, Sean, and I think the third.
It's
the third.
And the last time we had it, like it's the one that like both us and players have been like, hey, yeah, this is where it should be. You know, we've had some iterations that that we were like, hey, this is the
right landing zone for the piggy bank. So as usual, players, if you have any questions about the piggy bank, let us know. But I think the majority of you get it. They seem pretty clear on how it works, and we hope you all nab yourself some free FP on us.
Yeah, that is. That's right. Man, that's a weekend. You know, that
is a weekend. Absolutely. Yeah, this is going to be a very, very busy next couple of days, which is what we want. It's actually hard to believe it's only Tuesday. I feel like it's Friday already. We've done so much, and we have so much more to go. So it's hard to believe. But onward we roll. Sean, what's next on the docket?
Onward we roll. The next one to talk about is the the job chat filter. So many of you have noticed this. We've actually rolled out a new filter within the job chat. What this is at the bottom of the job chat, you'll be able to filter out and hone in on the actual jobs you're trying to do. So you can physically be like, oh, I just want to work on raids. And then it'll filter out everything else and just have the raids there. It actually is also live and it updates live. So what happens is when there's no jobs available, like everything's been filled up or they've expired or they've been completed, they just won't show. So you're not going to have this huge feed filling, a backlog filling up and you're clicking on them and you're like, oh, it's expired. It's not there. It will be live all the time. So if you don't see one, you can simply just wait and there'll be one popping up for you. You can also, by default, it's set as there's no filters. So that's the original way. So it's not going to change for anyone. This is just an extra feature if you're looking to really hone in on a certain kind of jobs or certain tasks, especially during raid time. This will be a prime use of that, right? You can flick over to the raid one and then you'll be seeing them post as their kind of the newer ones are coming up. Did I mention everything? You can use it as just type. I think I hit everything there. It was originally first rolled out on desktop, but it will be heading to the mobile app. That's something I should definitely throw in there. So
I'm so happy with this change, Sean. One of the most common feedback items we get from players is chat and really like customizing the chat, improving it. And I know players ask for something like this for a long time. They don't want their job chat cluttered with stuff they don't want to see, and now they have that option. So thank you, players, for giving us that feedback. Because of that, it's directly implemented into the game, and we have a lot more chat improvements coming down the road. So thank you all for letting us know what you'd like to see.
Yeah. Okay. A question.
I see players are trying to kill me right now, even though I'm on the live stream. I can only be killed once, players. I'm not going to heal during the live stream, but that is nice that you tried. Thank you.
I actually see a question. I'm going to detour really quick and just answer this question because
Sure.
I see it and I don't want it to get lost. Actually, you know what? No, I'll stick with the plan. I'm saving this question for the end. There, it's saved. I'm ready to come back to it. I will not miss your question. I see the question about the jackpot, the current jackpot being at 500, and I will answer that question at the end of the show. Next thing on our list after the job chat filter, something else that's coming is Pirate Clan. You guys just got a new location. And what is coming every time after we do a location, we then roll out the challenges and the co-op boss shortly after. That will be coming to you guys this week, I believe. I don't want to say the date. Is it hard locked? I'm not going to say it. I believe it's tomorrow, but that may not be hard locked. We'll find out. Yeah, so Pirate Clan has the new location coming. Over for Viking Clan. Viking Clan, you guys are actually going to be having a new raid coming up. Or a raid coming up, and it's actually going to be using the raid shop. So you guys get to join in on the raid shop, collecting tokens and doing that. That does remind me about something that I'm going to get back to about the LCN raid. Zombie Slayer, you guys are going to be having your faction quest this week, I believe. So you have your faction quest, work with your faction members to complete those medium and hard ones to get some of the best rewards you can. And I'm going to just double back really quick for the LCN raid. I should have mentioned this. Use your raid tokens. This is just a reminder, throwing it out there. The new LCN raid, the Dublin Shakedown that's happening on Friday, is not a raid shop one. So you'll want to use your raid tokens before the time runs out. So just throwing that out there, you will not be able to transfer them over to the next raid. That is not how the raid shop works. It is stuck to the event that it rolled out on, which was the Ophelia sect. So use those raid tokens. And on top of that, speaking of use those, for the Battle Pass, make sure everybody who has been playing in it, make sure you've collected all of your rewards. Once the Battle Pass ends, it ends. If you have not collected those rewards, you do not get those rewards. So please remember to collect your rewards. You can save the whatever rewards you'd like. There's boosts in there, sound boosts, that you can save them for the raids if you so choose. That is totally up to you. But just make sure you collect them. I don't want anyone to be missing out who rightly deserved it, right? Because they completed the tier. Okay, speaking of that, Battle Pass, feedback. We are kind of already getting ready to roll out, plans are going for our next couple ones. We have a couple planned out. We want your feedback now so we can make those changes and do the shifts we need to do. So yeah, I say that all the time, but yeah, that's what we want, feedback. Oh, and lastly, after the show on Viking Clan, it's scheduled for our admin blitz. So we had to move it a little bit for the show. So if you're on Viking Clan, after the show at 4 o'clock our time, we're going to be jumping in and we will be taking you guys down on a little bit of a player versus Kano blitz event. That is Viking Clan only. So sharpen your axes. Get ready.
That's right. Server 1 at 4 o'clock Pacific, and then server 2, 4:30. Make sure to be there and murder us with impunity.
That is correct. Except me. We'll team up against Henry. Anyone can join my side.
No, I'm afraid not.
If you have a pun in your name...
Everyone gang up on Sean, please.
My rule is actually, if anyone has a pun in their name, I never set traps or booby traps or anything against them.
We've got to reward clever writing, right?
Need to. Yeah, that's important in life. Okay, that's it. That's all of our updates. Do we want to do... Henry, question to you. Do we want to answer questions now or do trivia now? And I guess to the chat...
Let's do trivia now, and then we can do some answer Q&A maybe a little bit after.
Okay, trivia first. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, trivia. Here it is. Quick recap. There are 5 questions. Each question is worth 50 favor points. It doesn't matter what game you're on. Everyone should be able to answer these. This is not game specific, these questions. The first one to win, we have a little feed here and we can see who's like chatting. This also includes YouTube. So if you're on YouTube live right now, you can also answer the question. If you answer correctly and you are the first one to answer, you will win a prize. Each player can only win once. We have some players who are so quick on the draw that even if you've answered it right, you can still throw in the right answer, and you can help other people out basically. Okay, so here it is. Question number 1. I'm going to do this one, Henry, because we had a little bit of a discussion about this and we couldn't agree on it. It's okay. Question number 1. Where was St. Patrick born? Where was St. Patrick born? The guy in the mug.
The head honcho.
Head honcho of today.
The patron saint of Ireland is what we're looking for. That's St. Patrick. Not that other guy, Patrick, He's not a saint. Well, he might be a saint, but it's unlikely.
Hey, there's...
I see
the answer already. Yeah, I see the correct answer. So he was born it was called Britain, which was also known as Britannia at the time. It was Roman controlled. So when I was looking, I found Roma was the answer, but that was not right. It's Britain is the correct answer.
I wish it was still called Britannia. That sounds like right out of a fantasy novel. That's probably where they got a lot of the names from anyway.
So contrary to popular belief, it is not Ireland. He just moved there, to the Green Isle, as it were. Question number 2, Henry, that one's for you.
Okay, players, what year did we start seeing green beer in pubs? What year? We're looking for a chronological number here. What year do we start seeing green beer in pubs?
Quick, Henry,
Like
smile,
that.
smile and look at the camera. This will be a screenshot. The thumbnail. Great, thanks. That was good.
Okay, good. I just got my new driver's license, so I'm used to taking photos that end up not looking so great. Okay, we're seeing some years.
Some years,
We'll maybe
not
give
the
hint-
right year.
It was around World War One,
Hey,
around that year.
I'm actually seeing the answer come in on YouTube on my feed.
Oh,
here.
you are?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna,
fantastic. Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna give it to one on Facebook. If someone on Facebook gets it within like the next few seconds, they're gonna get it. But I'm definitely giving it to the player on YouTube, and I will be messaging you because we're new to streaming on YouTube. There's the answer.
Okay,
I see it flying. I see it coming in there. So here it is. 1914. Kind of a big year. Some big events happen. Green beer really flew under the radar. That was everyone else was worried about some other stuff, and this guy's like, "Hey, I got some green beer."
I wonder what else the world was more concerned about in 1914. But anyway, I guess some good came out of 1914.
Yeah, blue food coloring. Some guys like, "Oh,
but not much."
genius.
But not much. Sean, let's go to question number 3.
Question number 3. Here it is. What was the original color of St. Patrick's Day? What was the original color of St. Patrick's Day? Now, I got to tell you, Henry, this answer blew me away.
Is that so?
Mm-hmm.
Did it make you look to the sky with appreciation, perhaps?
Let's see. Did the answer come? These are
we're
good.
So proud of our own pun.
There it is.
No, not yellow.
I see the answer coming in. I see it. There it is.
Do you?
Yeah. Blue. What?
Excellent. There it is.
Which is actually how the green beer came about. The gentleman who did the green beer, he put blue food coloring in, and I guess he didn't know that if you mix blue and yellow, you get green. That's some grade school level stuff. Dude had no clue.
Primary colors. Yeah.
So, yeah, blue is the
or secondary
answer.
colors. Secondary colors, actually, I guess.
Secondary.
Sky
question.
blue, pink with yellow dots was the second answer, but not the one we were looking for.
That was sliding in.
Okay,
there.
should we go to number 4?
Yeah, it's all you. Number 4.
Okay, players, number 4. We've got another year question. The St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City first started in what year? And it is way before 1914. I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
So the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York City first started in what year? I will give you all another hint. None of us were alive. Nobody you knew was alive the first year this was celebrated. Nope, not 1963. Think way earlier. Way earlier. Nope, no one's in the right century yet.
So I see the correct answer on YouTube, but that player has already won one.
Man, that player is a smart cookie. Yeah, they can't win. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
I think
there it is. Boom! It's flying in. So
nice.
yeah, it started in 1762, which
Holy
blew me away. It started with the first immigrants of Ireland, just so you all know, and then as more Irish people came over to America, the tradition, the holiday spread all around. Because if it's one thing us Irish do, it's multiply.
I should reiterate. Moen mentioned this. Thank you, Moen. If you've won trivia, please send us your profile link or game ID or your account ID so we can credit you. Keep in mind, even though you think you may have won, we have a list of who actually won.
Yeah.
So it's even though you may think you have, and I appreciate that. Everyone wants 50 FP, but we have to be very strict about who was the winner, and so you will not get any partial credit.
Yeah, I have a feed that I have a chat feed that gathers all the chat from both YouTube and here, and it kind of puts them in chronological order when they come. And so we go off that. Next question, last question, back to me. What is the...
Do it, Sean. Do it.
I'm doing it right now. What is the spring of clover that is associated with St. Patrick's Day called? There's a little plant you see everywhere. What's the actual name of it? Oh, I was going to put up a giant picture of it, actually. But I forgot. It's a bit of a sham that I forgot. A shame that I forgot to put that up. I tried. It was tough. It was tough to work into one.
We have a right answer, but I think that person has already won.
Oh, yeah, okay, now I'm seeing a lot of people saying, okay, yeah, we got a winner in that pile, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely do.
The answer is shamrock. It's a shamrock. Little four-leaf clover there. Okay, that's it. Finito. Done with trivia. But we are still staying on because we're going to answer some questions. We're going to try and do a little bit of a question and answer period.
Sure.
To the best of our ability. Because we also are under time constraints because we have to prep for our admin blitz. So let's slide over to this camera. Both me and Henry in full screen. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Okay. Oh, I have a question.
Great.
I have a question that was asked, and I saved it, and I wanted to answer it.
Oh, okay.
In this part. So the question was, why is the current jackpot always at 500 favor points? It's not increasing. So what's happening is it actually does increase, but we've actually built it so that it's a little bit more favorable to players. So once someone wins the pot, instead of resetting to 0 and having to go up like a regular old kind of lottery would function, we always start at 500. So we always give players, it doesn't even matter if every single draw was a win, it's always resetting back to 500. So that way there is no one who's getting just like a small sum. They're not getting, oh, I won 23 or whatever, right? Like we're always giving at least this fairly generous portion of 500. So the reason you're seeing that it has reset is because it's been won multiple times in a row and it is just resetting. So yeah, that's that. So any other questions? Let me just quickly scrum through here. Let's see. No, seeing some feedback.
Yeah, I'm seeing. So just a reminder here, guys. Yeah, the live stream is not meant for banter and trash talk. Please keep it clean and friendly. If you don't, we will mute you or remove you. We're here to enjoy ourselves here.
Yeah, different place for that.
Yeah.
But okay, let's see. Well, I think that was the main question was about the lottery, and then the only other ones were there was some clarification about Battle Pass. So unless someone has a question they want to throw out and we can answer it for you guys before we jump off, we'd love to do it. Otherwise, just a quick reminder, if you are tuning in and it's not live for you, you can still win some favor points simply by commenting, liking, and sharing this post with your network there. And then I will be going through and I'll be picking someone who's done all three of those. The comment can be anything. You can comment about my how my hair needs a bit of a haircut. You can comment about my great green lemonade. Not beer.
You mean lime juice?
Lime juice. That's what I said in the beginning, right? Lime juice.
Yeah, that's right.
It's changed throughout, you know. So
we did have a good question. Someone asked, Kirko asked when Battle Pass is coming to Zombie Slayer. So we do have plans to bring Battle Pass to the other 3 games. We don't have a specific timeline just yet, but it should be in the near future. And we're really excited about bringing that to the other games as well.
You will be seeing it. One thing we do is we try and kind of get a bunch of feedback, make a couple iterations of the feature before we start putting it to all the games, right? Because if you make a glaring issue or there's something you could have really fixed and you put it on 4 games, well, you just got 4 times as many people upset, you know? So we want to really hammer it down, want to get it to a really, really great point, a really great place, and then we'll gladly be putting it to the other games because we do feel it's quite rewarding.
We got some more questions, Sean. I'll try and go through them real quick. For World Chat, any chance for moving the timer? No. I know you and Trish mentioned it does make it difficult to answer newcomers' questions. Our job is then to make it easier for you to add players and talk to them maybe in private messages and things like that. But for World Chat, we don't currently have any plans to remove the timer. And Rana, we are not going to be increasing buying properties 100 at a time. That is still in the no book. We don't necessarily have a no book. It's a metaphorical book of no, and that one is not coming anytime soon.
So to answer that question, Rana, really quick, the reason we're not upping the currently that we're not doing that to the properties to increase the amount you can buy is because they're built in the actual discount on that is built in a way that if you buy them in 10, you get 10 properties for the price of the first one. It locks that price in for all 10. So if you did 100, it'd just be so much more advantageous. And I think the economy kind of gets a little bit screwed up in the game. Like it gets a little bit wonky. So in order to do that, we actually have to re-look at the entire system of a property and generating income. And it's actually just quite a big task. It is not off the table. It's just a big enough task that it's not on the top of the list. So we hear you. We do get a lot of feedback around that, so that is something that we are aware of. But it's one of those situations where it's like the actual back end of it, how it was originally designed, causes a lot more complications than simply doing the change. But so we hear you. But yeah, next question.
Rana's saying they know that, they just like to hear us explain it every live stream, which is totally fine. We will do that every live stream. Michael, good question. We don't have any current plans to expand the max cash or bank, but it's always on our minds. Trish mentioned, hey, how about increasing the max mob numbers instead? Then there might be something to that, actually. We'll have to look in terms of balancing and things like that. But I know we expanded, a couple things in the past, like syndicate size and mob size and things like that. So we may have to look at that again if we want to make it easier to socialize and make friends. So thank you for that suggestion, Trish.
Pam is saying, why is your tongue green?
It's probably all that lime juice.
It's all that lime juice, Pam. I apologize. Yeah, no, that's good. But no, I actually really like that idea of increasing the mob sizes, especially actually the syndicate size more than anything is something that I would love to see bumped up. However, it does cause other issues, right? It's like your whole syndicate gets in the syndicate war, right? Your whole syndicate works on those quests. Like there's other things it impacts. So it is something that, in order to do it, which we aren't ruling out, it does take just a longer look and looking at all the other features it touches, right?
Yeah. But that is good for you to tell us that, players. Byron brings up a good question. We get this pretty frequently, actually, either in tickets or in the live stream. So trying to remove players from not participating in raids, or rather removing players that you don't think are sort of holding up their end or their fair share. The problem with that is that it's going to be really difficult to do without the owners of the raids abusing that privilege, i.e. maybe they get rid of them right at the end to increase their odds of getting a superior item, things like that. So our mentality is we prefer to incentivize players to do the behavior we want rather than punish them for engaging in behaviors that we don't want. So in the meantime, it's best if you keep your raids private to your friends. But in the meantime, we will still be looking into methods to incentivize players to do as much as they can. Since we moved to the raids being free, we are seeing quite a few raids more being opened. But it's up to you to make sure that you've got the right group. You want to make sure you fill it with your friends that you know are committed and that will chat with you. Yeah. And then, we'll still look into the potential of addressing that, but I don't think it'll ever be giving players the ability to kick campers from raids.
Yeah, and there are raid groups in all of our games. There are dedicated people who just absolutely crush raids. And you'll see they'll have chat rooms open, and I think a lot of them actually have requirements where they'll be like, hey, you can join, but you have to do this minimum, right? So you're finding one that works for you, finding one that fits, that's the way to do it, right? And you can get a real good number of raids done. And also meet people. And one of the best things about meeting all those people is you also get extra protection. So when someone like Henry runs around attacking you, you can be like, hey, I need some help.
I'm usually not the one attacking anybody. Usually as soon as I pop my head up in world chat, everyone wants to kill me and say, hey, Henry, how come you're not healing up? And I'm like, well, okay, I guess I will. But yeah, lots of good feedback about the raids, guys. I know the inactive players or campers, if you want to call them, definitely bring up a lot of emotions there. But in the meantime, stick your raids with your friends and your closest compadres. But in the meantime, we'll keep looking, and if we see, raids aren't being killed as much, or there's not as much engagement, not as much participation, then we may make a move for sure.
Yeah. So we're seeing feedback, and again, this feedback is good, but if you send a ticket in, that really helps. It really allows us to kind of bring this stuff towards team meetings and stuff. But there is some feedback about updating the Battle Royale loot cases and the rewards within Battle Royale. That's something we got a lot of feedback around that. So we've made changes, and we will make more changes based on feedback. So send it in, bring it on in.
Definitely getting some questions about raising our cost in the admin blitz. We'll try and do that. We're cheap dates though. We don't necessarily want to be too difficult to list.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Bounty.
We definitely want like a nice level where most people can get us, right? Because we have a lot of new players, and we want them to partake. And one of the biggest things that scares, that they're worried about is when you jump into the admin blitz and you get all these high level players and you say one thing, you post your link once and you just get annihilated. Yeah.
Getting some other comments about improving Battle Royale gear and things like that. That's certainly something we look at pretty often. So one of the tricky things about something like Battle Royale that runs all the time is that what it does is it pumps items kind of into the economy, if you like, right? So we have to make sure that the items are beneficial enough so that players, get rewarded properly and make sure it's worth their time. But we can't make them so powerful that if, all someone does is play Battle Royale, then they're just going to wipe the competition. So it's a really, really fine line. And we don't just sort of do it for the sake of doing it. We'll check in with our stats people and our content people and the players. It's sort of like 8 or 9 different factors we have to consider when we raise or improve gear in something like Battle Royale. But I do appreciate you letting us know, Edsel, that you'd like to see that, and we'll check on that and see what we can do.
Oh, Kiwi's here too, from Australia. Awesome.
I can't believe they're awake. What time is it in Australia right now?
I don't know. It's probably pretty late, but appreciate you coming.
Kirko has a question about different prices for different amounts of FP. Do you want to take that one, Sean?
Yeah, so there's based on basically like the mobile app store, they have limits on pricing and basically what deals you can offer. So there will be some differences. We try and keep it always the same or very similar, but that's probably why you're seeing a slight difference between the two. And I know you're from there, Kiwi. I like to bust you a little bit, I know it drives him nuts. Everybody in chat drives him nuts.
What's funny is Canadians get very offended when they ask if they get asked if they're from America, and Canadians get so offended. But I'm like, why? But there's many of us that sound and look the same. Like it's an innocent mistake. They're like, can you believe they thought I was American? I'm like, well, like almost our entire country lives right by the U.S. border. So yes, I can see how they would make that mistake. And frankly, I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. But Australia and New Zealand, I know there's a little bit of a thing there.
Yeah. And also, like, I made that mistake once. We were in an admin blitz, and I made the mistake of being like, I made a comment about Australia where I was like, hey, how is I think it was during the fire of last year. And I was like,
right.
How are you doing, Kiwi? Like, is everything okay? And he's like, I'm in New Zealand, dude. Like, that's a totally different thing. And so ever since then, I've just pretended like I don't know that he's from New Zealand, and it drives me
I would
nuts.
love to visit New Zealand when the pandemic's over, by the way. That looks like a wonderful, cool place, and they've got the Shire and lots of cool hiking. Definitely want to check that out.
I am noticing the time right now. Henry, we have to jump off to get prepped and make sure we run admin blitz for our players over on Viking Clan. If you are in Viking Clan, stick around. We'll see you on server 1 in 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes. And then half an hour after that, we will see you in server 2. For everybody else who is from all the other games, thank you so much. You can look forward to some of the events coming on. Each game has their own different events going on. You got Piggy Bank, you got your sale, you got lots of stuff happening. And we will see you on a live stream in 2 weeks. Please bring your questions, bring your friends. We want to be doing a lot more Q&A stuff. We may start allocating a bit more time for the Q&A section, just to try and get these questions done, because we are seeing questions coming in, but we're also seeing some of the same questions that have been mentioned before. So maybe we just need a bit more of a forward-facing question and answer kind of live stream we can refer to people to. But yeah, so thank you everybody for joining. We really appreciate you guys coming. Enjoy the St. Patrick's Day. Henry, I know it's your birthday tomorrow, so one last time, happy birthday tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a great time. And to everybody else, we'll see you in the game. Take care.
Bye, players. See you later.